Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're doing something a bit different, a real micro mission. We're dissecting just one piece of hardware, the A-Neuvideo ANI-8K60-S 8x8 matrix switcher, our goal. To understand what the absolute peak of high-res video distribution looks like right now, just through this one box.
And it really is quite a box. Think of it as the central brain for a serious video setup. Basically, it takes 8 different HDMI inputs. Could be gaming PCs, media servers, whatever.
Lots of sources.
Exactly. And it routes any of those independently to any of 8 HDMI outputs. Screens, projectors. It's built for complex professional installs. And yeah, the price reflects that. You're looking at, what, around $3,248 today?
Okay, so it's serious hardware. Let's unpack how it manages all that data. What's the foundation here? What makes this kind of high bandwidth switching even possible?
Well, it all hinges on sticking really closely to the latest standards. We're talking HDMI 2.1 and HDCP 2.3. That HDMI 2.1 spec, that's the absolute gatekeeper. It's what unlocks the needed 48 gigabits per second of video bandwidth.
48 gigabits per second. Wow.
Yeah, and without that massive pipe, the resolutions and frame rates we're about to discuss, just not going to happen.
Okay, and that 48 Gbps limit, it forces some choices, doesn't it? This is maybe the aha moment for people trying to understand 8K right now. The spec sheet says 8K at 60 hertz maximum resolution, but getting that 60 hertz it comes with a catch, right, in terms of color.
Exactly right. So to hit 8K resolution at 60 frames per second, you have to use something called 4.2.0 chroma subsampling. Think of it like a type of color compression. It saves bandwidth, which you need for the speed, but it sacrifices a tiny bit of color detail.
Okay, so maybe fine for movies where motion is king.
Precisely. But if you, the user, need absolutely perfect, uncompressed, color-like, full 4.4.4 color space, which is really important for sharp text on a PC or detailed graphics work.
Then you can't have the 60 hertz.
Correct. Then your speed limit drops. You'd be looking at 8K at 30 hertz, or you could do 4K at a really smooth 120 hertz, still with that perfect 4.4.4 color. The switcher gives you that flexibility, you know.
Yeah.
You choose maximum speed or maximum color fidelity.
That really clarifies the whole 8K speed versus quality thing. But this device isn't just about raw resolution. It seems to sit right where high-end cinema meets gaming. It lists support for basically every HDR format under the sun, HDR10, 10+, Vary, HLG, Dolby Vision pass-through. What does that mean practically?
It means simplicity, mostly, for the installer anyway.
Yeah.
Supporting all those it removes a major headache. You don't need to worry quite so much if your specific Blu-ray player's HDR will talk correctly to your specific display's HDR. The switcher acts like a universal translator for all these visual enhancement languages.
Okay, makes sense. And the gaming side, I see a bunch of acronyms, VRR, LLM, QMS, QFT. Let's skip the textbook definitions. What's the real impact of having all those, especially with that no latency claim?
All right, so those features kind of fall into 2 groups. You've got core gaming performance and then system, like responsiveness. VRR, variable refresh rate, and LMON, auto low latency mode. Those are for the actual gameplay. Smoother visuals, less input lag. Critical for serious gamers. Then QMS and QFT, those are more about the switching experience itself. Quick media switching and quick frame transport. They aim to cut down those annoying black screens or delays when you switch inputs. As for no latency, well, for an 8x8 matrix, that's a bold claim, marketing-wise. But what it signals is that the switching delay should be negligible. So switching between your console and your PC feels almost instant.
Got it. So we've got this powerful signal managed, but what if you don't have 8 identical 8K TVs? How does it handle a mix of displays?
Now that's probably one of its most useful features in the real world. Intelligent downscaling. Let's say you send an 8K signal into it, but one of your outputs is connected to an older 4K display, maybe another is just 1080p.
It handles that mismatch.
Yeah, automatically. The switcher can downscale the 8K signal to 4K, or it can take 8K or 4K down to 1080p. And the key thing is, this downscaling is available per output. Each of the 8 outputs can do this independently.
That purport control really screams professional gear. Okay, last piece. Control and audio. We see the usual suspects, front panel, IR, RS-232, WebGUI for control. But the audio breakout looks complex.
Oh yeah, the audio side is built for really flexible multi-zone setups. Through the HDMI outputs themselves, you get the top-tier formats, LPCM, Dolby Atmos, DTS HD Master Audio, all the good stuff.
Standard high-end audio pass-through.
Right, but then you also get separate audio outputs for every single video output. 8 optical audio outs, which can handle up to 5.1 channel sound, like Dolby Digital or DTS. And 8 balanced analog stereo outputs.
Wow, okay, so you could send Atmos to the main theater via HDMI.
while simultaneously sending just a clean stereo feed from that same source or a different source to speakers in another room using the analog outs, and maybe a 5.1 feed to a soundbar in a third zone via optical, all managed by this one box.
So pulling it all together, this one device really shows how the industry is merging ultra-high-res cinema standards, things like 8K and advanced HDR. With the demands of modern gaming, the low latency, the high frame rates, VRR, ALM, it's an integration powerhouse.
Absolutely. It's not just routing video. It's managing multiple formats, multiple resolutions, and complex audio across many zones. So here's something to think about. Given that extensive audio support HDMI for Atmos TDS to HD, plus those separate optical and balanced analog outputs for each zone, what kind of really tricky multi-room audio challenge could you imagine solving with this single switcher?